An offering begins with a textbook entry on fossils, which runs as follows. When a creature dies, the flesh and soft parts of the body rot quickly. All that is left are the bones and teeth. An offering. Sometimes, you, mother, dying, left what was hard first. Bones weeping into your veins like flutes. Teeth vanished on some hospital lunch tray. In your last mute days you parted with one more hard thing, the gold ring I was to save for my child. As your hand offered that bright circle, only seen as a whole now when empty, did your thoughts reach like mine for your first wedding ring? You took that one off when I was 7 or 8 and sent it spinning from a car window. I can still feel the wet blades of grass slipping through my fingers, night dew coming on, you and Father loud in the parked car. I searched there as if life spilled from a ring that lay somewhere out of sight, but within reach, hid where only the crickets knew. I took the scraping of their mating calls for crying, as if they shared loss, my childish heart consoled by a soft as if. The consolation carries on. Their song, light as air, softer than voices, plays through my thoughts about that evening, and fills the lost ring's hollow with life's most lasting part, cries for new love. We know that no such things exist. The heart in our books shows up without strings attached, pure flexing muscle, quite able to stand up for itself. Yet in the margin of the field behind our house one afternoon, I could make out the source of those old notions. A rabbit, no taut muscles quivering as when they crouch, lay basking on the earth. Only its misted eyes shrank back from death, its body shamelessly relaxed, even the one long slit, throat to genitals, a bloodless opening like the lapels of a fur coat stretched wide for the sun's warmth. Inside the slit, complicated beauty dazzled, the rabbit's treasure chest on show. Over a maze of crescents at the base, light and dark in love, organ and organ side by side. At the higher end, the trachea's shaft is descending from the head intact, a fluted alabaster aisle where air once glided down toward hidden rooms to change to living breath, vacated now. And at the center, nestled behind a shield of bone, that dark mass had to be the heart. Or was the one beside it? Which parts were the vessels in that web of tubes and membranes, and which the thing itself? Although dead still, the tubes swerved and blurred, a ball of roots too interlaced to tease apart by looking. Nothing there but themselves to brace and sustain. A heart all strings. The kind of heart I felt inside as I intruded on this creature no larger than a baby, that had paid for my access to its beauty with its life. My heart no muscle, but a helpless knot of strings pulled on, tautness stretched into pain. Isn't that how you learn to feel your heart? It ties part of itself around something outside of you, a comforter, a toy, which lets you know how far away you are by tugging on the string, a distance gauge that renders space as pain. You grow, your heart makes more attachments, and its mesh of strings ravels and reaches to so many pegs that sometimes you can hardly move without convulsing the whole rigging, every turn recoiling through the strings in pain. Or joy, even when laced with pain, that distance can be bridged invisibly, your racing heart keeping you at one with what appeared to be apart. A joy you met with as a child when you made telephones of 2 tin cans by linking them, lidless, scrubbed back to their unlabeled, fresh-pressed gleam, with string, passed through a small hole punched in each flat end, then knotted to keep from slipping out. When you cupped the open end of one can to your ear, a seashell murmur suddenly gave way to throat vibrations. You could hear the voice, could feel it too, of someone far down the street, two children linked by string. The longer the string, the more you held on to a miracle. The more you pulled it taut, the clearer the sound. Heartstrings carry music, not just sound. When I lie with my ear close to your heart, the gentle breathing moving through your lungs must play across your heartstrings as across a wind harp. Since my heartstrings move with yours in harmony, it quivers through my blood. And to make harmony you need music, a reach beyond mere sound. A stretch of music nothing like the harmony of the spheres you learn of in old books. This joyful noise is human, not celestial, and won't play on forever, but the instrument is strong enough to brace us and sustain us, the music sweet enough to feel it heaven to hang on every breath, listening for more. Mining for sun. At this remove from the yellow flower that blooms along the sky's coast every day, it takes some doing to extract the light. Begin as you stand in the unyielding shade of a high-rise's northern rock face by planting an explosive charge under your assumptions. Nobody will see you, and the resulting blast will not disturb one grain of the soot that has come to rest on the stone window ledge above your head. Yet it will sink shafts through what seems concrete, in walls and sidewalks, amazing them with new slants on a bright idea as old as time. This tunneling goes deeper than the site's present foundation, leading back beyond the glint of morning on the mansard roof of a brick dry goods shop, beyond gaslight threading a frame hotel's iron railings. Yet without moving one step out of now, you can fathom the depth of every shaft. Touch the wall's sandstone facing, and your hand fingers the same slow pulse that beat among its molecules before the glacial lake pressed them from crystal grains of mountains, once all incandescent liquid like the dawn. Deep in the steel beam of the new cliffside rising across the street, atoms circle to the same fire dance that coaxed their gleam out of the rock when they were re-immersed by a blast furnace in the melting air that played over the earth when the whole world was a red ocean rippling with first light. The black-topped roadbed also raises waves of shimmer in an inexhaustible winging back up of light that sleeps within Earth's spinning chrysalis. Look, you wake it. If you still need a hand, the street signal flashes high five to guide you as the small beacons of tail lights aim to fire you up. The locust tree, its claim pitched in a square of shade dark as the soil around its roots, quarries light from the air, urging you on with bursts of green applause from its gray bark, while at the curb the fire hydrant waits for you to see it as a capped fountain, all latent gleam and billow. Dive into its rainbow. Mine a new world that's always been waiting for your sun to rise from it.